Let's go through some of the different methods I use to style and support my houseplants. We are starting off strong with the bendy coco coir pole. I am obsessed with these and have about 10 now in different sizes. They are such a great way to help your plants climb and also provide some much needed support as well. I prefer the bendy over the standard coco coir pole because you can make them into these really cute shapes. Here I'm staking my Philodendron Brasil and I'm going to wrap her around the pole. I do this so that the plant's leaves are going to keep growing bigger and because I just think it looks really cute. To secure her to the pole, I'm going in just with some string. I secure the plant to the pole, but make sure it is not too tight. You can bend these poles into any shape that you like, and you can change it as the plant changes as well. These ones aren't hollow like some other coco coir poles are, so you can't pour water down the middle. I water my plants as normal for the soil, but I do miss the pole as well. Your plant's roots and nodes aren't going to grow into this pole the same way they do with a moss pole, but they do still cling to it and wrap around it a little bit, so I like to keep it moist. Misting helps to increase the humidity around your plant, and it will also help to deter some common house pests. As well as wrapping plants around your pole, you can also use it to stake top-heavy plants. This Monstera was not staying upright on her own anymore. Like most plant parents, I am putting off repotting, so I've opted to add a pole in the meantime. Again, I'm using one of the bendy poles. Although I'm going to use it more straight this time, I do like that it is thinner than some other coco coir poles and is more subtle in the plant. As I did with the philodendron, I'm going to push the pole into the soil and then secure the plant to the pole using string. I find this method provides plenty of support for a plant of this size, and I also like to mist this one down as well. Monsteras are a tropical plant, so do love the extra moisture. I did end up bending this top bit back down so it doesn't stick out the top of my plant. I think it looks so cute and subtle and has helped to stabilize my plant. Next, let's look at styling some different trellis options. First up, I've got this cute acrylic honeycomb style one, which I'm popping into my Philodendron Pink Princess. Adding supports like this one to your plant helps your leaves grow bigger. This is because your plant isn't using its energy to grow upwards. Instead, it can focus on growing big, beautiful leaves. As well as propping up leaves, I also use trellises for any plants that I've just repotted. They are a really great way to stabilize any plants that might be moving a bit still, or like with the Monstera, they can be a great way to prop up some top-heavy plants. This Pilea was leaning after a repot as well, so adding this trellis really helped to support her. Most of the time, you can barely even see the trellises once they're in the plant, but that doesn't stop me from buying cute ones. You can also opt for a trellis if you've got a long trailing plant like this. This Monstera Siltepecana was really just getting too long, and although I'm usually one for the chop, I decided to style this one a little differently. I opted for another circle trellis and wrapped the vines around the circle. I ended up with this wreath looking display, and I think it looks so cute and fairly unique. This is definitely a great way to tame a plant which is growing out of control, especially for those of you a bit nervous for a chop and prop. We're not going through any moss poles today because I don't really like using them. Whilst they do work well, I don't think they look very good. Remember that you can style your plants however you like. You're the one who's going to be looking at them. To me, having something that is cute and functional is best. Happy planting!